Hello. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 10 tech jobs in 2022. If you're looking to change your career, it's the perfect time to do that because these jobs are high paying and have tons of opportunity for growth. And it's based on the CIO IT report of 2022. I'll be going over exactly what you're going to be doing in each one of these jobs, the salaries of the jobs, and where you can get started today. If you're new to my channel, this channel is all about helping you upskill and land a job in tech. Comment, like, and subscribe below, and we'll get straight into it. So according to this article of the CIO, the #1 job is database administrators and architects. Now, when I say data administrator, I'm not talking about data science. Totally different thing. Data administrator falls under the category of information technology, and you'll be maintaining software that's used to manage databases and ensuring the availability of these databases because it's very important. You'll be in charge of the backups, storage, making sure the databases are secure. You'll be optimizing the performance of the data administrators. It's a really good field to get into. The skills also aren't that hard to learn. The bottom half of data administrators and architects are $82,000, while the highest being $124,000. And that is pretty accurate. A really good place to start with this is the data analytics certificate. And I say that because you're gonna really wanna know what a database is, and then learning how to back up databases, learning Microsoft SQL Server, knowing exactly what a database is and how it's used can help you land a job because most likely the technical interview will be going over database questions. The next high-paying tech job that's great to change your career is an information security analyst. And this is just kind of a catch-all for a lot of different cybersecurity jobs. I do have videos going into what a cybersecurity analyst does, what exactly is a SOC analyst, what's a pen tester, and all of that fun sort. But all of these jobs can be labeled under information security analyst. The lowest percentile in this category is $115,000. I think that's a little bit high, but that's just what the data says here. And then the highest is $166,000. I do have a video that goes more into cybersecurity salaries if you want to check that out. Some daily tasks as an information security analyst is you could be monitoring the network for illegal traffic. You could be going into logs and trying to correlate data to find breaches. You could possibly be securing data. You could be working in IAM and provisioning and deprovisioning different users' accounts. You could be remediating network vulnerabilities. Again, always look at the job duties because information security analyst is such a broad term. A really good place to start for this would be the CompTIA Security Plus, and if that is something you're interested in, I do have cyber resources below with various projects. My next job, and it may not come into any surprise of any of you, is a software developer. They're responsible for building, writing, designing, and deploying code, which is basically what the whole world consists of. Are a high leverage job. They also can get paid a lot. According to CIO, lowest is $100,000 up to $150,000. But to me, that's a little bit on the low end. I have a friend who makes $180,000 as a software developer, and you can make way more than that. There are some entry level software developer salaries that at Netflix are like $215,000. So getting into one of those really FANG companies can really just set you on to success and financial freedom. A good place to get started with this is Brilliant. And if you think like you don't have a coding type of mind or you can't code, Brilliant really breaks it down. I do have a link below in the description, but it breaks it down into games and interactive types of activities so you understand the concept and you don't get too hung up on the commas. I can't stand those commas. All right, so it's a good place to start. Honestly, if you're interested in any of these, I would play around with any of these types of careers. The next one on my list is a network and computer systems administrator. This is a legit and solid place to start. I've been a network administrator before. Some things you'll be doing is you'll be troubleshooting the internet, even if it's your weekend off. You could be interacting with customers on why their computer isn't working. You could be maintaining and upgrading different hardware such as switches and routers. You could be making sure the network is secure. You could be working on firewalls and ACLs. You will be working off hours here, and a really good place to get started if you're interested in networking is the CCNA. You don't have to get it, but just looking up training for the CCNA will give you a good feel of this. I know Network Chuck has tons of different videos on networking. You can get paid about $79,000 at the highest end being $115,000 as a network administrator. That's not too bad. The next is a computer programmer. As a software developer will be developing code, a computer programmer will be improving on the systems and installing and updating the code. They may be updating source code or writing it. If you're interested in this job, you're gonna need to know the basics of programming. So a really good place to get started is Brilliant, the interactive gameplay. You can get paid $90,000 to about $133,000. It's also one of the fastest growing jobs in the tech sector. The next job on here is becoming a web developer, and becoming a web developer is basically you're going to be working with the front end of different systems. So you could be a front end or back end. For a front end, you'll be working with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you'll be designing the code behind the website. So there's the back end of that. Maybe you'll be working with web applications and the LAMP stack, so Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP type of things. You can make, as a web developer, $87,000 to $113,000. I think that is personally a little bit low. You can make more. It's also one of the easiest developer positions to get. HTML, CSS are really easy to learn. JavaScript isn't that difficult. I took some courses on it because, again, try out a whole bunch of different things. Did not like it. The next top 10 tech jobs in demand, which is great if you want to change a career, is becoming a cybersecurity manager or information systems manager. And these people are going to be responsible for the whole posture of the organization in terms of IT and sometimes even cybersecurity. You're going to be making sure that everything is upgraded, everything is in guidelines, everything is being implemented and staying within those government compliance rules, making sure that the confidentiality, integrity, availability is up and good to go. You might be responsible for hiring new tech talent, which in this market could be kind of hard. A really good place to start here would be the CISSP or CISP. It's not a beginner level certification, but if you want to become a manager, it is a really good cert to get if you're interested in becoming a computer manager or cybersecurity manager. I would look into it. Another really good certificate would be the PMP for this. Also, it's project management. You'll be put in more of a project management type role than you will be like a manager role. You can make $83 to $123 here. The next in-demand tech job, according to CIO, is the system analyst. These people are responsible for finding the root cause analysis of issues in various systems. Maybe they'll be testing programs and databases to make sure that they're working. You're gonna really need good troubleshooting skills, and so a really good place to start here would be learning the laws of logic because it helps the way you think, and the way you think will determine how you solve. The next in-demand job is help desk or desktop support, IT support specialist. I have a lot of videos going into IT, so you can look at those. Help desk or desktop support is the best place to start in IT. In this role, you're going to be troubleshooting basic errors, tier 1 type of work. You're going to be telling them to restart their computer. You're going to be making sure network connectivity is good. You're going to be escalating tickets to higher level teams to do the tier 2 to 3. You might be going to a user's desk and then seeing what the problem is, documenting, and then sending that ticket up to somebody else. A really good place to start learning this would be the Google IT support certificate. I love that certificate. It's really easily digestible. Link is below. Super good place to start. start. The next one on my list is a network or cloud architect. This is not an entry-level tech job as it says in the architect, but they'll be designing the whole network or cloud infrastructure. So they have to make sure that confidentiality, integrity, and availability is at the core design of the network. A really good place to start would be the CCNA if that's where you're interested. It won't prepare you for the architect level, but if you're needing somewhere to start, I would suggest the CCNA or the CompTIA Network Plus. You can make $125,000 here to $180,000. That I would say is pretty accurate, and also cloud professionals are growing at an exponential rate. I'm surprised there wasn't just a cloud administrator here. Check out my playlist. And that is my last high-paying tech jobs. It is super confusing. Check out my playlists here. Also, smash the like button right now, and I will see you into the next video.